Hello and welcome to another EOSIO Top 5 Moments of the Week. Now, please keep in mind that none of this is financial advice and you are strongly advised to do your own research. Don't be silly. As always, this is brought to you by the team at Helios. Myself, Chris Barnes.
And Waxer. And starting with number 5, we have the MyvoteEOS campaign, which is now officially launched, Chris.
Yes, the MyvoteEOS campaign is one to promote and highlight the importance of how block producers in EOS and generally in delegated proof of stake blockchains acquire the votes or stake to be a validator or miner. In this case, they're actually known as block producers in the network. In this case, the idea is that participating block producers in this alliance will not have to pay for any more of their votes that they receive. And whereas now BPs who are actually in the pay range have to pay for the votes to get themselves there. So this very much leads to reduced revenue and restricted return and funding available to perform the duties of being a block producer. Another big aspect of the campaign is to encourage exchanges to provide an opportunity for their token holders to explicitly opt in, not just by pencil whipping their terms and conditions, which allows these exchanges to then participate in selling those votes to other block producers and thereby participating in on-chain governance. We want the token holders of these exchanges to opt in to do that. Check out myvoteeos.com to learn more and find a nice and easy set of links to a Twitter. Basically, you just click the link. It brings up a tweet to the exchange of your choice that you might be using to ask them to consider this and consider allowing them to opt in to using your stake and your actual tokens to participate in governance. And you know what? When in doubt, just self-custody. That solves this whole problem. Take the tokens into your own wallet, and why don't you participate in governance? Feel empowered.
And for number 4, so EOS Nation have launched their block producer on Telos.
Yeah, EOS Nation is a powerhouse of a team who is known by many, if not all, in the EOS and EOSIO space, and they're involved in nearly every other major EOSIO public blockchain. So it's great to see them moving now to Telos. They're also one of the few shops that do an excellent job of community engagement, along with providing solid and reliable network infrastructure. If you're looking for a great BP to vote for in Telos, definitely give EOS Nation a look.
Number 3, so Wax Blockchain Brawlers play-to-earn game has 37 million in its first week of trading volume.
Yeah, we covered this in our week 9 top 5 moments, and it looks like this game so far has not disappointed. I was chatting with one user who told me that they had invested $13,000 in the game pre-launch, and they have a couple of the brawlers. And after 1 week of playing it, they have made 15K back. I mean, mad gains, right? So I'd say as far as play to earn games goes, this is actually pretty solid, not financial advice. The gaming experience occurs on Wax. Well, they have an existing bridge to Binance Smart Chain where greater liquidity resides and are actually working on an Ethereum bridge, which is coming soon. The price to get into the game is rather hefty, sitting around 6K currently to buy a brawler in the secondary market. However, they are looking to add the option to allow NFT owners of these brawlers to rent them and then allow these renting players to then actually enter the game for less and earn some of the rewards as well. So very good to see what these guys are doing. It is definitely showing the power of play to earn, and there is some money to be made. No financial advice again.
And for number 2, so we've just had the second official Eden on EOS election, which is very exciting and just happened on Saturday.
Yeah, so it was a great election to those who participated. I did as well. I was very pleased. A few folks didn't show up, but the last election was 6 months ago. So, and I think a lot of people signed in early and then didn't actually show up the day of. However, I don't know the exact numbers, but there at least were 60 or 70, I think at least over 70 folks who were in the main breakout room. So not bad. The final chief delegates selected this time around were Brock Pierce, Chuck McDonald, Michael O'Sullivan, Gracie Lau, and Edgar Fernandez, who was actually crowned via sortition, which is random, the head chief delegate. So, all around a great set of chief delegates. We're seeing that this process, which is a consensus mechanism that selects for trusted leaders, I would say, has worked yet again. We've got 2 successful elections in a row. The first official election was October 7th, and now we've got the second official election. I happened to be a chief delegate the first time around, and we did suggest a set of bylaws that are hopefully going to be ratified, which actually reduces the election frequency to every 3 months versus every 6. So hopefully we'll see more of these elections come sooner, more iterations, more people, more exposure, and then of course more improvement over time. Also, I want to big a shout out to Brandon Lovejoy and Randall Rowland, who both really helped make this happen, and as well as Brandon Fancher from the Clarion MyvoteEOS team, or I guess it's now it's the Fractally team, for also really participating and helping make this go off without a hitch. A couple bugs here and there, and it was really great to have those guys and Lovejoy emceeing to really have this become a proper event that I think everyone really enjoyed. So great work there, and good job, everybody.
For number one, our top EOSIO moment of this week is that the EOSIO Plus working group came to an arrangement where 4 of the chains will be working together, contributing in total $8 million towards core funding. And at this stage, it is a commitment.
Yeah. So those who've been paying attention, this is out of the EOSIO Plus working group. And these calls have been going on weekly now. Quite a few of them are up on YouTube under Rami James's account from Ultra. And, they're longer chats. They're going through a lot of the logistics and how are we going to do this. And this is the very first time where these disparate chains who all use EOSIO are coming together to actually unify to achieve a common goal, which is updating and maintaining the EOSIO protocol itself. Previously, Block 1 was sort of given the responsibility, and they've since sort of been kicked out of the community, sort of. So now it's kind of pretty awesome to see, however, the community coming together and doing it themselves. So the chains that actually stepped up with funding, which was the big question to be answered, who really is going to throw up the funding? In the end, it was EOS, Telos, Wax, and the UX network. The other chains that are participating in the calls are still going to have a voice. They're still there to be heard. However, when it comes to actually voting on how funds are spent, it will be the chains that actually put up the money get to vote. The details of how the vote threshold and the weighting work are not released. There was an article that came out about this, so I think there's some more details to come. And I know I'm certainly looking forward to the most recent video from that to be up on YouTube to kind of really see how that last meeting played out. In the end, though, this is really an incredibly huge step for EOSIO, for unity, and the idea that a rising tide lifting all ships is something that I hope will apply to all of the EOSIO chains as a benefit of working together. Keep in mind, like a lot of the chains, there's some argument that, these chains are they're competing with each other. There's only so much to go around, and, each chain wants to get all the users on its chain. However, keeping in mind that it's all EOSIO that these chains are all using, if there were, say, a critical bug and one of the chains notices this and fixes it, how nice is it to have an actual working relationship that has some financial incentive alignment here, where you can share what these bugs or exploits, and then resolutions to these exploits across the chains. And hopefully, really, again, this is the idea, everybody can win when working together. So just great to see. And I hope to see more of this coming out in the future, and more collaboration.
Everyone can win working together. I like it, Chris. And that concludes this week's top 5 moments of the week. And we look forward to seeing you again next week.
Yeah, if you like what you see here, please, by all means, subscribe, share with your friends, and we're coming at you each and every week with more EOSIO Top 5.